Let me turn it now to our Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca with a look at this week's weather. Dan, how's it going to be looking?
Well, not as hot as the weather we have been experiencing, so some good news. If you don't like the heat, it's going to get a little more comfortable for you over the next couple of days, especially if you like fog. Let's take a live look from our Domenico's on the wharf cam today. We're seeing sunshine there, but we have had some fog in and out of the region tonight. And, you know, temperatures have been a little bit cooler out there as well. So while we do look pretty pleasant out there at the moment, things are starting to change a little bit. Let's take a look at current temperatures right now. We are seeing a reading of 71 in Monterey, very comfortable, but it's in the 60s right now in Salinas and Watsonville, much cooler than recent nights at this time as cool air continues to push onshore. As our weather pattern begins to change, high pressure weakens. It allows our marine layer to get a little bit deeper. With a deeper marine layer, we see further penetration of some of that cool, moist air into our inland valleys. We actually can already see that on this humidity chart here. You can see much higher humidity values around the bay. You can see the green trying to push into the Salinas Valley. That's that moist air that occurs near the coast. Now, it's not occurring everywhere. We see some very low humidity values like in Gilroy, Fort Hunter, Liggett, and Bradley. You're still in that extremely dry atmosphere. And in those locations, temperatures are still in the 90s as well. So it's really a tale of almost oil and water at this point with many of us on the cooler side near the coast. But of course, we're still keeping an eye on the new Coleman fire. Here is some smoke from it. You can see spotted by the Williams Hill cam. So this camera in southern Monterey County. Williams Hill is east of Halone, west of like San Ardo and San Lucas. It's a BLM recreation area, and you're looking off to the north in this view. We can see some of the smoke from that fire. Have been keeping an eye on air quality at the moment. Good for most populated locations with some moderate reports in the Salinas Valley. Of course, we'll keep an eye on that for you as well. Visible satellite picture showing some of those low clouds and fog. Now that the sun's going down, they're disappearing, but you can see earlier in the day the clouds right here on the coast. We already see a little bit of a poof here of the Coleman fire as well earlier on in the afternoon as that fire began to blow up. So we'll keep an eye on that for you, but no major smoke drifting across the region just yet. It's fairly localized. Our weather pattern is fairly blocked up. We have what's called a Rex block, where area of high pressure sits over an area of low pressure, and typically when this happens, things don't move all that much. So while we are seeing a little bit of a change in our weather because this ridge of high pressure is moving a little bit away from us, we probably won't see too much of a change in the coming days, and things will level off to some extent. So I expect a couple more mornings of fog, including tomorrow mornings as the low clouds do roll back in tonight. And as you wake up tomorrow morning near the coast and perhaps into some of the nearby valleys, we're going to wake up to probably some patchy, dense fog to start our day. And then tomorrow evening, that fog will be back right along the coast. We may get a little break from it in the afternoon, however. But temperatures will continue that cooler down, and we're going to be back into the low 70s in Santa Cruz and Capitola, starting to inch cooler up in the mountains as well, with only 80s at the most, where we've been in the 90s for the last week or so up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Even Scotts Valley down to 77 tomorrow. Watsonville going to stay in the 70s, as well as Salinas, 80s in Hollister, 90s still in Gilroy though, so there's still some heat inland. We'll be in the 60s in Castroville, the Monterey Peninsula as well, mainly in the 60s tomorrow. We get to just around 71 in Monterey, but Pebble Beach only 65. And then southward we go, away from that cool, moist air, you get warmer. King City 86 tomorrow, 97 in Bradley, but much more comfortable back toward Big Sur at 78. So over the next 7 days, temperatures fairly consistent for the next few. We'll have some patchy fog in the mornings. We'll have a couple of weather systems pass by really to our east in this blocked up pattern, but they will have some effects on us, changing our wind directions a couple times, trying to blow the winds back offshore and eventually bringing some cooler air masses in. So I've got us quite a bit cooler next weekend. It'll feel more like late fall out there than late summer, which is what we have been experiencing. Inland areas as well, breezy offshore winds picking up over the hills once again Tuesday and Wednesday. There are fire weather watches for areas of northern California. We're not included in that just yet, but I'm watching it still. But notice even our inland temperatures, as some of those successive air masses come in, will cool significantly as well as we head into next weekend. Josh.
I am looking forward to that cooler weather. Thanks, Dan.